Assalamualaikum. Assalamualaikum and good afternoon everyone. Today we're gonna look into chapter 5 on the operation and management process innovation. So please, before we start, look at your PowerPoint slide so that you can refer to during my presentation. In this chapter, there are 6 important learning objectives that you have to understand. The first one is on the recognition on the importance of innovation, sales volume, as well as design in the operation management process. Then we will look into differentiation between the relationships between product and services, the pattern, important of patternable, as well as we will look into some approaches to design and process management. Okay, I will share with you the presentation slides now so that you can easily refer to on the understanding of this notes, of the notes. Give me a second for me to open the specific files. Okay. Right. I hope everyone's okay with this. So this chapter basically consider or look into the design and management of the conversion process as given here in table 5.1. So this table illustrate on the operations and inputs and outputs function, which include on the elements of design, planning, as well as the improvement. So basically, in this process, it's involved the dimensions of the customer, who is actually a part of the process itself, where customer they can make their own selections of the product or services that they prefer to, or in the education process taking place in either tutorials, or sample design. Then the information from the customer itself, inputs, feedback that they receive from market research or the government agency, it may stimulate to the developments of idea, as well as the physical of a business environment that the activities take place. There are 4 types of organizations here: a car producer, university, hospital, and publishing company. Let us just look at this university environment. In order to a university is called having or practicing its creativity with an aims or objective to come up with waste paper materials in order for the graduates and for the users of the university itself. And efforts of the inputs that come from the students, teacher, information and knowledge involved through series of lectures, seminar, research and many other learning activities made this university successfully come up with a products or from waste paper. So that's an involvement of the creativity from the all of the peoples involved in the university. Either they are for teaching, the learning or experience activity. Right. Manager role plays an important role for the developments of the products or services, which actually very important in ensuring that all of the input is will be tally, or parallel to the input. So therefore, in order to make sure that the input will be as uh, uh, good as its output, there is a need for research and development activities that involve the pattern applications, new applicants of an existing technique to a different situations, in order to test or to come up with the provisions of products and services. Design is usually more concerned with the process of applying scientific and principles of the innovation itself. So we start off, a company will start with the design itself. Yeah, for example, here, a wall thickness of product made from steel, but increase it product strength, reliability, yeah, and so on. So, like for example, a company have a products, uh, then there is a need to improve the needs, the criteria or the features for that particular product based on a meeting, discussions, projects, management that is organized by the all of the team members. This is to meet the needs and expectation of the customer. So expectation differs from customer to customer, and basically all product and services can be considered or can be developed through three process of first finding the concept. What is actually the benefits for customer of buying that particular products? Yeah. Then a package component. What is actually the particular expected benefits that you can offer in your particular products? And the last one is the process itself, which define the relationships between the component products and the service itself. And normally, so for example, I'll take a very fast example of smartphones, which smartphone is a new revisions of gadget telecommunication gadgets. Yeah, old time you use normal telephone just for communication purpose, but then nowadays we are able to get the telecommunication company provider. They sell the smartphones. As in the smartphone, there is a one comprehensive package for uh, any of management or any other matters. It is available, so customer have to buy at one price. And for example, fast food restaurant, the food and speed of delivery are essential for the core elements of the package. They do have the food dining, the cuisines, to be present to the customer. But then important elements is the core is the cuisine. But then the package is actually all of the elements inside plus the um, uh, service delivery, which is very very important. Next, the ambience itself, it will support the main idea on the succeed of the company operation. So customer may order the food at counter, or they may have they can dine in. So it's gonna give a very different experience for different customer, by different needs and wants. Design team involved in the manufacturing will involve the ability of that particular product itself for the users, the product itself, the features, the sales volume, packaging requirement. Okay, so therefore, a very good designer must be able to come up with many features, many benefits that can be assessed by tourists at single point of view. And a creative designer also must be able to manage or to come up with different design from multiple discipline of interest, a diverse range of interest. All right. Let us look into the design. Yes, this one. Design simplification. Yeah, if you look at the figure 5.2, yeah, it shows that the simplifications of process design of introducing a design for a box. Yeah, so to illustrate this, yeah, like for example, the first one, yeah, the designer, yeah, come out with a box with yeah, common fastener, right? They use common fastener as for the first, yeah, creation. But then after some time, they come up with a modification of the design. They come up with one piece base of element, one piece base, yeah, one piece, yeah, and eliminate all the fastener. The fastener are no longer usable. And due to the developments of R&D research activity, yeah, the designer itself come up with a latest function or design here with push and snap in assembly only, yeah, with one functions only. So these assembly skills required to produce the product that become embedded in the process machinery, and workers involved, they have to become the machine minder itself. So it simplifies. It's very easy. It's just by using one push and snap button, this product can be used very easily. Same goes to your the smartphones user. Yeah, you can use nowadays with the codes that you use to log in, or you can also use the the fingerprints, yeah, for you to easily access. All right, the designs of process. Okay, a designs process of product or services, process design, basically it is based on the technology being used within the process. It starts from the technology that we use. Yeah, now for example, the metal forming process, yeah, then the chemical processing, the plastic material process, until, yeah, it reach to the end of the final outcome. All right, in all organization, yeah, intellect of employee is the source of the innovation. How smart are they, the employee, in gathering, resourcing, and using all the materials in order to come up with a very good uh, product creation. So if you look at the charts here, it's actually all of this uh, what we call as the sub-segment is actually, yeah, relying on each other. Yeah, a process technology may, yeah, also improve the layout and flow, job design, and come up with a network design. So model 5.3, yeah, basically showing us on the relationships between the elements of process design and the applicability of the service sector to the manufacturing industry. Yeah, so the flow of the product itself, yeah, from the factory operations, yeah, may correspond to the flow of the customer users later. Now, for example, a layout in an airport, they are actually parts of the divisions of where's the check-in procedures, yeah, restaurants, other facilities, what we call the aircraft check-in, yeah, launch, and documentation area, and so on. Yeah, clear signs and directions, easy to understand routes through operation, understandable forms, and approachable staff are all features of a well-designed service system. Yeah, right. Let's look into the next one: process design and innovation. In order to come up with a very good process, a design of products, there is a process or characters that this process must go through. Yeah, the first one, the characteristic of the process industry is actually high production speed, short throughput times. Okay, high production speeds. Yeah, the company or organization able to come up with a very higher maximize of the productions, yeah, at a very short period of time. Rigid process control, that's schedules, yeah, timeline to complete that particular task or production. High capital investment, that's an investment in getting or finding the technology use, manpower use, yeah, the work, yeah, to uh, perform a workstation. All right, it must be specified and thoroughly meets the objective of the productions. Clear next, yeah, clear determination of capacity, one routing for all products, all of the department. Yeah, like for example, if you look at the design process just now, yeah, all of the efforts are actually contributing to one end products. Yeah, with very limited volume flexibility. Yeah, low product complexity. There won't be any double, for example, yeah, two tasks, redundancy of job. Yeah, one machine using two functions. Okay, using one machine going for two outputs. No, there must be a specific task assigned for each of the staff, routines, etc., in order for moving for one productivity. Yeah, low added value. Okay, strong impact change over time, small number of production steps, and limited number of product itself. So here, that is actually the process. Now let's look into the typology of the industry. Okay, now figure 5.4, it shows that process innovations is an important source for producing productivity, and they can help to achieve the company, yeah, advantage, yeah, the competitive advantage. For example, yeah, all the process innovations involve the new plant, equipment, machinery, accompanied by the design tools and materials. Okay, so here, like for example, okay, there are actually a series of the companies or business, nature of business, which involve the process, either, okay, it's involve a very uh, high technology use or low technology use, for example. Okay, right, here is actually the classification of interdependent between product and process innovation, yeah, kebergantungan. Like for example, there are five classification here. We look into the first one, reciprocal, which is actually the products also will specify on the development of the product, the products, developments of the quality of the products in the markets itself. Yeah. Then, like for example, okay, an advance of the telecommunication industry, also parallel with the developments of, yeah, technology that is all of the citizens of Malaysia are enjoying. Everyone can have a very wider or good connections of internet, no matter where they are. Like for example, with the provisions of the latest coverage technology. Yeah. Now next, pool. Pool, where development of product activities are pooled, then selection is made. Yeah? Based on that, yeah, there's an improvement. Yeah? Like for example, an application that been used, yeah, all of the smart apps, for example, been placed in one package, one system. Yeah, Android system so that everyone can use it wisely and easily. Next, process sequential. Where innovation is dependent on process development, the process dominates. Okay, the process we have to follow sequentially, process by step. Now, for example, an area which have a very good internet 5G connection will be accessible to 5G facilities, but not before that. Someone or users must have a phone line connection. They must subscribe with TM Malaysia. If not, they can't have any chance to get a good, better coverage. Yeah? Then next, enamsalism. A symbiosis or relationships between two species where the development of a product will also affect the negative or contra relationships. Yeah. Now, for example, if we have here, it's actually on the online business. Yeah, in Malaysia, all businesses can do their business both in a conventional and online business. Yeah, so a successful of an online business actually leads to a decreasing number for the conventional business. Why is it so? Because of the relationships, people, because of the demands of more people would love to go for an online transaction. Yeah, and then the next one is the unilateral, where it's actually one business conquer, yeah, the business setting. There is no relationships, yeah, at all for any productions. It's actually a decisions or activity performed by one group only. Yeah, conquer that particular need. Now, for example, again goes to telecommunication industry. Telecom Malaysia, we said that is actually conquered, and most of the facilities provided for telecommunications. Yeah. All right. Now, next, sketch how innovation continue once investment. excuse me. Is made. Yeah. So the process industry are characterized by large firms, items of capital, equipment. Okay, changes is just expensive, right? For a firm with a capability, with a high capital investment capabilities, yeah, it's all of the operations is actually fixed with the uh, equipment facilities. Okay, station, workstation now, for example. Okay, everyone will have their own task to do. Yeah? And change is just expensive. To change one operation, or for example, to change by using machine to use robot, it's very expensive. Yeah. Next, yeah, essential stretch here means evolutionary, yeah, problem solving. How to solve problem at once by giving the creation of product and services. Intensity use leads to familiar learning of the learning effects. Yeah, how to make an easy use for that particular product creations. Enhanced maintenance of plant can lead to improvement of, for example, an activity for environmentally friendly, yeah, practice. Yeah, it will lead to an improvement to the ecology, and biodiversity. And other chance can come, other change can come from the system, while effect of improvement, feedstock and downstream of the processing itself. The changes and in improvement, for example, in a telecommunication industry, makes everyone is actually on top in terms of, getting knowledge. Yeah, so the knowledge provision process is very easily with a streaming of technology lines. Okay, next, application development enable product development by changing production process requirement. Okay, so the developments of the process itself may change from time to time according to the, yeah, latest the provisions of the products and services. Now next, let's look into the trigger for innovations. There are 6 here, yeah, some trigger. uh, so how to improve the management of operation. So the first one is actually on the gap analysis. Okay, gap in order to design quality product, it is it is important to understand the customer expectations. Therefore, uh, 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 it's very vital to know the feedback from the stakeholder or the buyers. Viewing the lecture, for example, viewing the lecture from the students' viewpoint is different from the producer. Yeah, view from the students' point of view to the lecturers and to the academicians might be different. So if you look at figure 5.5 here, yeah, it shows actually a gap between students' expectations specifications, where it will lead for a different image projections, from either lecturers, students itself, or academicians, and in fact the society. It leads to different types of gaps, for actual experience, and so on. So means that a different quality of experience will lead for different expectation. So there are 4 actually gaps there, and action must be taken in order to minimize the gap to achieve the objective. Now second, quality circle and process improvement teams. Okay, a circle is a small group, which basically, to work for a regular to discuss on what is actually will be the revolving, the problems itself, on how to settle that. So certain group will actually focus for the improvement task. Right, next, TQM, total quality management. It is actually a concept that is significant. Total quality management, significant from the marketing, human resource and operation perspective. So TQM work based on um, following principles. There are 2, 4, 6, 10 principles of TQM. So in any organization, they must meet up, meeting the needs and expectation of the customer, cover all parts of the organization, everyone is included, investigating all costs related to quality, getting things right in the quality, developing system and procedure for improvement of the quality, and developing a continuous process of improvement. So basically, in a company, the TQM is actually on the must be is placed under the objective. Means that everyone must practice the TQM in the organizations. The next one is actually the QFD, quality function development. It is a structure approach to the problem that relate voice customer to every stage of design and the delivering process. So what's involved in QFD? It stresses first, promotes better understanding of customer demands. Second, promotes better understanding of design interaction. Next, the third one, involve operations in the process at the earlier possible moment, remove tradition barriers between department and focus on design efforts. So basically QFD focusing on the design efforts for the productions of quality product, services or design in an organization. And the last one is actually the EFQM, which is it is a European Foundations for Quality Management. Basically, it's about understanding and focusing on the customer point of view as the people, customer, society, and key performance through numbers of enablers. If you look at figure 5.5 here, so this figure, yeah, show you the relationship. Sorry, okay, here we should be here. Yeah, uh, the process. Yes. Okay, the EFQM, yeah, excellence models. It shows that uh, a result of a company or organization is actually can be stimulated by the enablers, yeah, that uh, to drive into the key performance result. The enablers are the leadership, process, and processes. All the leadership's strategies, such as from the people, the policy, partnerships must be used in a correct process for people result, customer result, and society result in order to come up with a key performance result itself. So basically, EFQM is a comprehensive, we call in a this system, is a comprehensive, systematic, and regular review of organization activity and result reference against a model for business excellence. So the company who wish to look for business excellence, they must look into these two business enabler in order to further succeed in their operations. Yeah, right. The term supply chain management next. Okay, uh, last one. Table 5.7, if you will look here, is actually on the supply chain management. It's described on the system of managing all of the activity in an organization across the company boundaries in order to drive for whole change network. So means that all the data, all the facilities, resources can be accessed to everyone in the organizations line and can be shared by everyone to satisfy its customer. Materials, information flows through series of operation in both direction and principles of operation managements apply. So make use, if you look at the directions now, a company may use all of the materials and informations to be accessible for everyone in the system as the provider, inclusive the suppliers, wholesalers, retailer, and finally serve the tourists. Okay, and the last one is on the uh, lean innovation. So the concept of this lean principle was derived from Japanese manufacturing industry. It embraces or highlight the philosophy of not letting perfection get in the way of progress. Okay, it's a means of creating new product and services must involve of the idea, final forms emphasize on identifying and the value and removing the waste of the new product development. So it's a process, come up with and identify the value, maps the value stream, create the flow, establish pool, and seek for perfections. There are actually steps which activities that the corporation can follow, which is involve these three basis activity. Right. It also described a lean production. Also described the must be follow specific procedures, which are they to identify the customer value, map the stream value, create the flow, establish rule, and seek for perfection. So a company is said that having a very good lean innovation if they able to come up with follow this five procedure in order for them to come up with very good provision of product and services. So with that, I really cover all chapter 5 lessons. Please make use of the online textbook that is provided for you to explore the chapter on your own and also read so that you can understand. Very important for you as well to connect Yeah, the contents of this chapter with your group project. In order for you to come up with a good one, yeah, please refer to the contents in this chapter. Right. I hope I had given enough explanation to all of you. For further reading, please refer to the textbook. Thank you very much for your attention, and I'll see you next week. Assalamualaikum.